The Man Full of Answers. By the time he was 30, people learned to tread carefully around their own complaints when he was near. Problems became projects. Feelings became frameworks.
Wake up earlier. You need structure. Most people avoid discomfort,
said the man. The advice came fast, almost automatically, like switches he flipped without thinking. At work, it was no different. A bug in production, a failing campaign, a graph suddenly dropping overnight. Before anyone could fully explain the problem, he was already speaking about positioning, software architecture, churn rates, and split testing. Sometimes he was right. Sometimes he only sounded right. But over time, even he stopped noticing the difference. Some nodded politely and never brought their feelings to him again. Others listened, thanked him, even followed his lists of habits and routines, and that made him feel useful. What nobody noticed was that he never spoke honestly about himself. When someone asked how he was, he laughed, switched lanes, and pointed the headlights back at them.
I'm fine. Tell me what's going on with you,
said the man, again and again, until it felt like a reflex more than a choice. One rainy evening, the door opened to an old friend. The air smelled of wet streets and quiet worries. They discussed about their past lives and career trajectories and relived old memories. Then, after a while, the friend opened up and admitted,
I think I'm lost. I don't even know what I am doing these days.
setting the words gently on the table between them. Reflex pulled him forward, solutions already lining up like soldiers.
You need a reset. Exercise more. Spend time alone. Honestly, most people just lack direction,
said the man, lining remedies in a tidy row while rain threaded the window with silver line. The friend stayed silent. The room breathed with the rain.
Do you actually know what you're doing with your own life?
Asked the friend, his gaze steady but kind. For the first time in years, the man had nothing to say. No quote, no advice, no polished answer. Only the hum of rain and the shape of a truth he'd been avoiding. Then, after a long pause, he whispered,
I don't know.
The words struck deeper than any criticism, leaving him open, vulnerable, suddenly face to face with himself. The friend looked at him for a moment, then smiled and said,
That's okay. Then let's figure it out together.
And somehow, those words comforted him more than every answer he had ever given anyone else. Moral: honesty with yourself is the beginning of real help. We can become so practiced at fixing others that we mistake answers for understanding. Yet the moment we admit what we don't know, especially to someone who will sit with us in the rain, we trade performance for connection, and that honesty becomes the first true step toward a life we can actually live.